Hey, this is Gardening in the Grove, coming to you from Lemon Grove, California. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Hey guys, this is Cheryl, and today I wanted to talk to you about edible weeds. I actually meant to do this a couple weeks ago, and we had a lot more nettle at the time. Right in your backyard, there's probably several edible weeds. So these right here with the little saw blade looking leaves, those are called stinging nettle, and these are absolutely edible if you cook them. So what I usually do is I use them in something that would be similar to spinach, and I'm about to grab that with the wrong glove. So you always want to wear, wrong hand. So you always want to wear gloves when you're picking it. We did have a lot more of this. I'm kind of bummed to get up here and not have too much. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a bunch of these nettle, and then I'm going to make a soup that's similar to, oh, stay back there, buddy. Stay back there. That plant is owie. That plant by your feet. This plant is ow. Owie. I do not want you to get your little feetsies on the nettle. And my little man always wants to follow me, but he doesn't quite know enough about the garden to know that some things might not be safe. And we're trying to teach it to him. And you know, if he gets stung, that might help him learn faster, but obviously we're gonna try to not have him get hit. So I'm gonna just pick all of it. We've had a nice little patch up in the back of our garden for a couple of years, and it's getting so dry. I'm kind of bummed, but we'll be able to salvage a good chunk of this. And if I have to supplement with spinach in the soup, I will. I was really excited though to show you guys this. So I'm a little bummed it's all dried out, or that a lot of it is all dried out. But yes, you want to do a glove, and then you want to, so you're looking for these little saw blade looking, these ones look great. So I had a whole little patch that looked just like this, and that's actually the perfect age to pick them for eating, and also then they don't go to seed. But you can actually buy seeds for nettle and grow them, but if you're in Southern California especially, these are probably right in your backyard. This right here is actually also an edible weed. It's called mallow, like marshmallow kind of. It's called common mallow, and I have cooked those like kale chips. So I'll probably show you that as well. But first, let me get this little man away from all this nettle, and then we'll go and find a good mallow patch where we can pick some mallow, and we'll have some Italian style wedding soup with nettle. And no, stay out of there, buddy. Some of these are still, ouch, even though they're dry. We'll have some Italian style wedding soup with nettle in it, and then we'll have some kale type chips, but with the common mallow. That'll be a very nutritious, healthy meal. And some of the ingredients I wouldn't even have to grow. So like they just popped up on their own because they're native. Okay, so I'll be back when we get to the mallow patch. This right here is actually a good age for mallow, but I have a bunch more down towards the bottom of the garden. Okay, here we are at the front row of the garden, and actually all of the boxes that were surrounding our garden beds have been pulled because we're actually redoing this. The wood was decaying and rotting. But we're not quite ready just yet. But so this right here at the front of the garden, we have a lot of these little mallow plants, and as you can see, they've got the seeds on them already. I'm just gonna pull up the whole plant. These, if you live in Lemon Grove, grow all over the place, and they are very edible. There's a couple, like this right here, this is, I can't remember what it's called, but this is actually also edible. I might do a different video with that one. These are the two that I like to eat the most often because they're so yummy. The nettle you have to like plan for because you have to make sure that you have enough room to clean it without like hurting yourself. I do see a nettle plant over here. This is what it looks like when it's a little more grown. And we're starting to get like little seed pods up here at the top. But I'm gonna get all this mallow first, and then I'll get that. So I'm pulling weeds and collecting food for dinner. So it's actually dual purpose, and that's part of why I love doing it. Oh, there's actually 2 little nettles here. Let's go ahead and grab those. So once they get a little bigger like this, they're not quite as good. I wouldn't have grabbed it for eating, except that I didn't get as much as I would have liked originally. So, okay, I apologize for that short break. I had to deal with a fight with my kids. I'm sure that if you're a parent, you know that. You know how that works, but and that you can't really do anything without them either wanting to be a part of it or interrupting it. So I've got a couple more of these younger ones over here. The mallow you don't actually have to wear gloves for. I just still have it on. But the nettle you definitely do. You definitely want to wear gloves for the nettle. Okay, so I'm going to take these in and wash them. Okay, so now I'm in here and I've already done most of them, but I wanted to make sure that I was able to show you what I do. So I have a bowl here of the mallow leaves, and I just literally just pick them right off the top. And let me see the back so that you can, I'm not putting my head off. I have kind of a mess going on here. But I just pick the leaves off, and then also on the plant, I'll pick the seeds off, and I toast those too. And the reason I do that is because they're also delicious. I actually posted to Facebook one of the times that I made this, and my cousin commented that when he was little and would play baseball, he would eat the little seeds off of these and out in right field, because he was a right field kind of player, and which is totally fine. But out in the outfield, they would pick these little berries, I guess, or they would pick the seeds off, and they called them belly button berries, and they do look a little bit like a belly button. I'll show you in just a second. But I do pick them off, so they do look a little bit like a belly button. Come on, focus. So they look a little bit like a belly button, and they are pretty delicious toasted. And so, just like with lettuce or kale, I don't eat the ones like this. You could, but they're not going to taste quite as good. This is all caterpillar damage, nothing to be too concerned about. And so this was actually the last one of these. And so now I'm going to put this all in the salad spinner. Oops, we have the rogue leaf get in there. I'm going to put this all in the salad spinner and get it ready to cook. Okay, so this has all been, it's still a little moist, but I think that that's okay. This has all gone through the salad spinner and is now mostly clean. I mean, sometimes I'll find like little teeny tiny like pieces of dirt or something. Like right now, I only put it through once. Sometimes I'll put it through 2 or 3 times. It's really, I mean, it's not any more or less than like when you bring in your own greens from your garden. So then what I do is I just take some olive oil, and I just put a little bit of olive oil over it. And then I do some pepper. I usually do a lot of pepper. And then a little bit of salt. I don't usually do quite as much salt, just because, you know, it's easier to add more than it is to take it away. And then I usually do garlic powder, or in this case, I guess, granulated garlic. Sometimes I'll do fresh garlic, but we're running low on garlic, and there's a lot of prep work to do for the soup that I'm going to make, so I'm just going to use the granulated garlic today. So let's see. So then, I'm just going to use actually a little bit more oil. I don't really measure it. I just kind of do it until everything is kind of coated. So then I just kind of mix it around, make sure everything's well coated. I mean, if you've made kale chips, it's literally however you make your kale chips, you can make them that way. Like you could put chili powder or add a little bit of cayenne and spice it up. I'm not going to do that because my kids will eat these, and I sometimes have a really hard time getting them to eat their greens. And so my kids will eat these, but if I make them too hot, they won't. And I don't want to ruin the experience and have them not want to eat these in the future. So these actually are very nutritious. They have all the nutrients are about equivalent to what would actually be in kale. Before I come back on, I'll tell you what the nutrients actually are. I can't remember what they are right at this second, but yeah, it's pretty good. So then once everything's mixed up, we'll just kind of put them right onto the pan. Belly button berries and all. It's okay if they're stacked a little bit, but you want to separate them out because they will flatten as they cook. And so then you want to turn the oven on to 400. Actually, you should have probably already had it preheating. I didn't do that, obviously. So 400. You can also do 425. It just depends kind of what your preference and your actual exact oven. But so then let it preheat, and then usually cook them for about 20 minutes. I like them to start getting a little brown and crispy. Some people like them on the softer side, but cook them to your liking. Again, however you would cook kale chips. Okay, so I will get back to you when these come out of the oven. Okay, so we've been to 20 minutes, and these look ready to go. Yeah, some people don't like them brown. The ones on the edge do look a little crispier than what we usually do, but these are gonna be super good. Okay, let's see. Let me turn you around. Oh man, that's really good. Okay, so I did look up the leaves, or the plant, the mallow plant. So here we go. They're so good. And then we have these little seeds. And they're like little crunchy, I guess, belly button berries. But yeah, I could totally eat these all night. They're so good. But I did look up the mallow plant, and the mallow has vitamins. Oh, well, now I can't remember what vitamins it has. I'll have to put them on the video for you. But it does have a lot of vitamins and minerals, and it is beneficial in helping to reduce inflammation. And if you have respiratory issues, it can actually help with your respiratory issues as well. And that's eating it. And the inflammation, it can be beneficial eating it, but you can actually put it on, like put the leaves on a wound, and it'll help heal the wound and help reduce the inflammation in that aspect as well. And it grows right in everybody's front yards here in Lemon Grove. So try it. You should eat it. It's really good. Here's what I'm doing. I'm putting the nettle, I'm cutting it out. I was using scissors and it was taking too long, so I just decided to use my hands. Usually what I'll do is I'll put on rubber gloves, but we're out of rubber gloves right now. So the sting is actually not that bad. The Egyptians actually used to use it to like treat back pain and stuff. They put the leaves right on where, like Bengay. They would use it like Bengay or something. So you just basically break the leaves off. These ones are a little dry, and this is actually the last one. I specifically saved it to show you this. But if you go up in your garden or wherever you are and there's nettle, you can also dry it and use it for tea. It's actually very good to help homeopathically treat allergies. I've used it for that before. The nettle itself, though, like when you eat it, it does have a lot of the same vitamins and minerals as spinach. It's got vitamin A, B, C, and K, and then it's got calcium and iron, and I can't remember. I'll have to put it on the video, like the other one, but it's really good for you. I'm gonna actually just spin it right here in the salad spinner and leave it until it's time to put it in the soup. If you don't want it in soup, what you do is so if you are doing this and you are not, if you're doing nettle and you're not going to be putting it in soup, like I can put this right into the soup. I'm gonna wash it first because it's got quite a bit of dirt on it, but you can put it right into the soup and it'll be fine to eat. if you wanted to eat this like as a side on your plate, like collard greens or something, what you could do is you could boil water and pour it over the top of it, and it would get rid of all that stinging sensation. Once you dry nettle, it no longer has the sting, and once you cook it, once you put hot water over it, it doesn't have the sting either. But it's really good. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up, get the soup going, get the other things added to the soup that need to go in the soup, and then we will give it a try. Okay, here we are. The soup is finally done. So then all we do is we put all of this in. And what it'll do, sorry that the kiddos are crying, but they want mommy and I'm making dinner. So you just put it in and you let it cook. And pretty much as soon as it's wilty like that. Oh wow, I just burnt the crap out of my hand. Excuse me. So as soon as it's wilty like that, it's done and ready to go. So normally I would put a little bit more than this on top, but this, it was pretty much gone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of spinach as well. I'm just going to put it right on in. And it does the same thing, wilty. All right, I'm gonna let this cool enough to where I can taste it, and then I'll be back to do the taste test on camera for you. All right, so here we have the finished product, and I'm trying to find a bite with some nettle in it. Here's a little bit. Oh, Mama. It's hard to see, but very tasty. Hold on, Dylan, I'm gonna get you some. Here's another piece. There's a little part of the leaf hanging down. That is really good. It's really hot still, but it's really good. I hope that if you try it, you tell me about it in the comments. You can follow us on social media using the handle Garden the Grove. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified of future videos.